Hello. Adrian Wallace is an incredible soul who I connected with on Twitter. Actually, we were connected, I believe, by Malik Yoba. And thank you, Adrian, for inspiring me and nurturing my spirit. I appreciate you. The other day she tweeted something, and I'm just going to read it to you. She tweeted, "Women who hate on other women, hashtag pet peeves." To which I replied, "Yes, let's stop this. I'll start. I've done it before. I'm sorry, I've stopped." And she encouraged me to blog about it and explain why I did it and how I stopped, because there was a place for all goddesses. That I agree with. So I could go back and tell you my entire life story and tell you how certain people might have drawn out certain characteristics in me or nurtured my fears and insecurities, which led to me acting out like that and hating against really anybody, including women. But really and truly what it comes down to is my fears and insecurities. Like, I was scared and insecure. I was scared of I could say I can't pinpoint to like a specific women I hated on, but I remember being insecure about being around certain women because of the situation I was in and how I felt about myself. And the person who I was in the situation with kind of drew that out of me. You know, I think we're all capable of this. But anyway, so fears and insecurities were the root of me hating on other women. How I stopped it? Well, first of all, the reason I stopped it was because I didn't like that person. I don't want to be that person who hates on anybody. I think that's kind of ugly, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I may not like you or agree with what you're doing or what you're saying or how you're acting, but there's a reason for it all. And people shouldn't be judged on it, you know. There is a saying that Maya Angelou quotes by Terrence, and it goes like something like this: I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. And it took me a really long time to process that. And when I did, it led me to a really beautiful place where it didn't really matter who I was interacting with, what they were saying, what we were doing. It put everybody on the same platform. You know, you're human, and so am I. And so, whatever it is that the circumstances of your life might be different than mine, and we might have different beliefs, and might have been raised differently. But the thing is, we're both human beings, and that means that nobody should judge anybody, and nobody should really hate on anybody. And hating really is that fear, and that insecurity. I think for me, I lost myself for a while. Like, I went through some stuff, and it took me on this path and this journey that I really did not want to be on, but pride and fear and insecurity kept me there until I reached a breaking point. We all do reach a breaking point. And once I left that situation, I found myself going like, who are you? And then what I realized was I could become whoever I wanted to be. And I wanted to be that woman. And when I say that woman, I mean like a woman who loves and who cares and who teaches and who learns and who's humble and who inspires and who's inspired and who creates. You know, like that's my ideal woman. A queen, really. And once I stepped into that, I was like, there is no way that I could ever hate on another woman for anything. I might not agree with everybody in what they say or do, you know, but I'm not going to judge you on it. And because I truly have faced a lot of my fears, and I worked really hard to become who I am today. And I'm proud of who I am today. It kind of, like, I don't have that hater bone or hater streak in me. Yes, I have fears and insecurities, but I don't nurture those. And if I ever start feeling kind of like, well, why does this person get this? And I stop myself. And I don't go into the realm of, why don't I? Why don't I? Why don't I? Instead, I go into the realm of, good for her. Or good for him. That's awesome. That's amazing. It's just, you change your thoughts. You change how you think about things. You change how you interpret things. You change your perspective. Kind of like that eye right there. You choose to see things differently. And the silver lining is kind of how it affects you. So, in me being able to empower myself as a woman and to appreciate myself and respect myself and be proud of who I am and to stand on my own 2 feet, I was then able to really and truly embrace other women and just not hate on anybody, really. When people, sometimes they go off on these rants of like, I love my haters, I love my haters. And you see it on Twitter a lot. The thing is, like, I don't even use that word because I don't surround myself with hate. Like, I don't step into that realm where I feel that way towards somebody. So I don't allow that to be a part of a conversation that I have with other people. Now, a friend of mine once said to me, nurture, I forget how it goes, nurture that which you want to see thrive, and I forget the exact wording, but basically it's like, what you give your energy to is what will thrive, and what you don't is what dies. So I chose love. And I talk about love a lot, but I'll just reiterate my point about love, my thoughts about love, is that essence of us, of who we really are. I believe this. As people. The truths that lie deep in my heart, that's love. That's what I lead with. And there's no room for that other word, that H word, anywhere. We're all unique individuals. We all have our purpose. And all of our contributions to this world are important. They really are. And you really don't know how you're affecting people or how you're going to affect people. And you don't really have control over that. What you do have control over is what you put out there, how you act, what you say. And that is a big deal. Because what you put out there is what you get back.